Welcome to the Worship Leader Next Door podcast. We're here to give encouragement and counsel and dig deep into the spiritual and practical issues encountered when leading others in expressions of musical worship. Wherever you are on your journey, we hope you find this a safe space, and we're excited to have you along for the ride. Hey guys.
Welcome everybody.
It is
9:15 p.m.
Yeah, on the dot.
On the dot in Caitlin's parents' lovely, lovely home.
Country home. And
Yes, it's beautiful.
We are in the beautiful state of Virginia, so we're pretty close to the East Coast where we're at, which is fun. And this is officially
Season 2, episode 1.
We followed through with what we said in the first episode.
More than one season.
We said more than one. We spoke that out.
We did. And here we are, season 2.
Here we are. And it was not an easy feat to get here because a few reasons. Well, one, Jenna had to travel from Tennessee, Nashville, which we are very grateful. We've had so much fun with Jenna this week. A blast. Staying with us. John, my husband, is at work, and I've been very grateful for Jenna helping me with my boys. Honestly. And we've been exploring around charming Williamsburg, Virginia.
Colonial Williamsburg. Super fun.
Very, very sweet. Yeah. But, you know, at the end of the day, with 2 little boys, we're both tired.
Very.
We've been watching a lot of Hallmark movies to chill out. Yeah. And that's been really nice.
It's been so nice.
So we're really pushing through, but we're passionate about what we're talking about. So we're going to be pushing through our fatigue. Oh, and
we're wearing
the
cutest little shirts. We're sidekicks.
Sidekicks. If you're from the 90s / know what's good for you. You know this movie.
Yeah, you'll have to
I don't know if you can really see it on our
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I hope so.
Well, we'll post
a picture.
Our social media. But we both love the movie Father of the Bride, and as a launch present from Jenna, she got us matching shirts. Merch.
She's my podcast sidekick, so it makes sense. We're sidekicks in podcasting.
We're sidekicks in podcasting. So we are wearing them tonight. We're rallying, and we're really excited and grateful. That's my dog. For anybody returning to the podcast, any new listeners.
Yeah. Welcome back. Yeah. Current listeners, welcome new listeners. So excited to be doing this again.
I know. It's going to be special. There's so much to dive into.
Yeah. We still have so much content to go over.
So much. And there's so many people that I think this season you guys are going to get to know better with our interviews that we are have in the making. And it's just going to be really exciting. It's going to be just as rich. It's going to be just as full. It's going to be just as honest, if not hopefully more so. And hopefully by now with we're
so sorry.
We're both yawning.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. Hopefully, I am slap happy, and Jenna is yawning.
It's great.
So
we're really on it.
You really, yes.
I'll probably leave all of this in when I do the editing. I'll just leave all of it. You guys,
real.
Thanks we're being real. We're going to be real with you.
It's like, how do podcasts happen? Well, it's messy and tiring and fun.
Yeah. I do edit quite a few things when I edit our podcast.
Jenna has edited our whole podcast. Shout out to Jenna. It sounds so good. I mean, for being newbies at this, I really felt like it wasn't distracting listening to the episodes because it was really easy and enjoyable.
It's been fun for me too. So, yeah.
It's been amazing.
It's been a good time. We've just been living life, you know.
What have you been up to since season 1?
Let's see. I got my car stolen. Yeah. That was a fun time.
Not many people can say that.
I know. I feel like I would love to know the stats on how many people have had their car stolen.
Not only broken into, but
not just broken into, but my whole car.
Her whole car was relocated.
Took it away.
For the Lord knows
terrifying,
why.
Terrifying, crazy.
Teenagers.
I guess. I don't know. Yeah. It was crazy.
She was here.
Well, I was here. Yeah.
She was on her visit here.
Sadly.
She got a call during church.
It was so
from
crazy.
A stranger.
It was a bananas story. Someday I'll talk about it maybe more in depth. We did think of a great Hallmark movie though. If we ever could make up a Hallmark movie about someone's car being stolen, Caitlin came up with a great name, Love Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Like Grand Theft Auto, but
Love Theft Auto.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty fun.
Hallmark, let me
Get
know
on it.
if you're interested. I'll sell it to you.
Yes. So that was a fun adventure for me.
this week, actually. So crazy. But trusting the Lord. This is one of those moments where you really have to go, okay, I did not plan for this. I did not want this to happen, but I am going to trust that God's going to provide, and he's still good. He's still faithful. It's not like he did this on purpose to me. So
exactly.
He's not trying to be mean. He's good. He's still good. It's just a weird scenario where people are sinful, and we have to live with that. But anyway, what about you? How have you been?
I know. I mean, we've been pretty good. It's been a crazy season, but it's been good. We, since our last episode was filmed at my old house in beloved West Nashville. I love that area. And we were in the middle of boxes because we felt led to move back to my hometown temporarily for about a year. John's job allows him to fly out of any airport, which is extremely unique for the airline industry. So we are taking advantage of being able to live wherever for now while he's in this job, and we are saving money. We are paying off school debt. We are having help from my family with the kids, and John travels a ton, which is not the end goal, but it's a means to an end right now, and I'm very grateful. So he's crushing it at his job, and we're trying to spend as much family time as we can when he's home. So
are we allowed to talk about the fact that we got to sit in his
airplane?
Yeah.
Yesterday we got to go see him fly or land the plane at a local small airport, and the client got out, and literally this like massive SUV comes to my husband flies private jet. So it comes, the car comes to
the airport,
the stairs,
like the airplane stairs. Yeah.
Yep. And the person gets in, and John puts their bags in the SUV, and you go in this quiet little airport. There's literally, I could do so well. I mean, it's so amazing. If you get the chance to fly private, like, wow.
Please. And invite us next time.
Please invite me. I mean, good grief.
It's crazy. But the airplane is so beautiful. So even on the inside.
It was beautiful. It was a newer plane. So it was like, had like gold, like pewter fixtures for like the AC, and had, fancy water and fancy everything. It was so fun. And Jenna got to come.
I feel so proud and honored that I got to be part of that.
Yeah, we got to see John land, and then got to see him take off, and both the boys got to see him. And we don't see him sometimes for almost sometimes 10 days at a time. It's an intense season for us. So I am keeping things I'm serving at my parents' church here right now. I've gotten more plugged in there, and so I'm leading worship again more, which is sweet, in a sweet little community here. Definitely missing parts of Nashville, but also feeling like it was a real step of faith to move somewhere that was just a lot more simple of life, but it's been really, really good for my soul to, I don't know, just like I have a couple dear friends here that are like sisters. I grew up with them, and we're like getting to have a season raising our kids together. And
it's really sweet.
It's really sweet. It's a beautiful little town. I love being near the water, so there's a lot more access to the water. Yeah. So it's been great. And it's only for a season. So my kids get to be with their great grandparents, which is amazing.
That doesn't always get to happen.
Very sacred time as we invest another layer into our future home. Yeah. So that's us. We're doing good. We're just like paying the dues in another way right now, and I'm enjoying being a mom mostly.
Yeah, so fun.
Yeah, but you gotta have these outlets.
Yeah, for sure. And it's great to be creative.
Yeah, and we've so appreciated like all the comments and the DMs and just the downloads. I mean, it's so much work to do this, and we don't do it for like the numbers. Like truly, we're just both really passionate about it. But it helps to have people appreciate this podcast and appreciate and to be invested and
to want to listen and to listen to us talk for more than 5 minutes is really kind of you. Yeah. And just appreciate that people want to hear what we have to say. That's such an honor. It is. And I don't take that lightly for sure. Yeah. So I know neither of us do. So we're grateful. Honor. Yeah.
And I think on social media it'd be cool if we even put out more feelers for content that you guys are looking for or topics that we want to dive more into. So
be a little more active this season, hopefully on social media, connecting with people.
Versus just being like, this is what we prepared. Maybe like giving you guys a chance to like speak into a little bit about
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be bad.
What are we talking about tonight, Jenna?
So tonight we are talking about community among your worship team and your band. So how to cultivate that community, how to really thrive together as a team and build confidence in each other and trust in each other. So yeah, that's it. We're going to dive into some of that.
Maybe tell us. So, I mean, I think it's, when I hear that, of course, everyone is probably thinking, well, yeah, we know it's important. But I think it's something that can get easily, when you're a volunteer, it's something that can be easily pushed aside because it is one more thing when there's a team night or a dinner or an extra hang.
Yeah.
So tell me why I should be invested in my worship team community as a volunteer.
Great question. I believe that you lead, as you're up there and you're leading, you're leading each other essentially, as well as leading the congregation that you're in front of, that you're around. And so I believe trusting one another, knowing one another, number one, it's hard to trust someone unless you know them, I think. And so when you know them, you end up trusting them, and then you end up feeling safe and more free, I think, I would say.
More
and
relaxed.
So, yeah. And so it's great. I believe it's important to know each other well, so you can trust each other well as you're leading, so when you're leading together, let's say somebody wants to, I don't know, take it in a certain direction, or even spontaneously. Like sometimes there's spontaneity within worship, settings, and you're leading certain songs, or you want to go a certain direction, or
there's curveballs,
or
you need to go back into a song.
Absolutely. The pastor comes up, he comes up and says, "Hey, can you guys do that again?" You have to be able to roll with the punches, I guess, as they say. So to trust each other enough to follow one another and listen to one another as you're all listening to the Holy Spirit together, I think that's really important. And so the more community you can build in your team and with each other, playing games together, I don't know, it's not just a get to know you icebreaker. You really want to build that community and that network of of really close. Not that you all have to be best friends.
Totally.
But it's great to have those times, even talking about theology, talking about your life with each other. I think sharing those things really bonds you. And so I think it's good to have that bond as a worship team, so that you can really be free to trust each other.
I love that. Yeah, I think too, one thing that can be something we have to be careful about too is, well, what if I don't necessarily like all the people on the team? I just want to serve. I just want to use my gifts, but then I want to I don't know if I vibe, or I don't know if I get along. Well, I think there's a temptation. Even moving here, I'm okay, John works a lot of weekends. I wasn't sure where we were going to feel okay, where are we supposed to be for church? And then I just by default started going with my parents, because I'm this is where, and the people are super sweet and everything. And I'm very grateful, and they really welcomed us and loved on us. And,
awesome.
It's been really sweet, but I think sometimes you can go in assuming well, I don't know, if you're at a church or you feel led to be at a church, or you want to start serving, you can make assumptions about, well, maybe I won't fit in for this reason, or maybe it doesn't look like the demographic I usually would like. Wow. Maybe it's not a lot of people my age, or and obviously go to a church where you feel community is important. So of course we need to feel there's a feeling of belonging and not clickiness, and and we're just feeling you're connecting with people, and that's important. But I also think make sure to give people a chance. If you're plugged into a church, you want to start serving. I think it's you can't expect to be a strong leader on any instrument you play,
right,
and not be giving people a chance to be in community with them. So I think it's really important to create space to go to as much as you can, with families, with things. We all have a lot going on, but try and make a few of the dinners.
Yeah.
Try and, if someone wants to go grab coffee, do it. Because if we're being called to serve in a setting, it is so amazing how powerful that connection, that relationship really can lead to a peaceful experience on a Sunday morning. And you just never know. You never know whose story you're going to really connect with. You never know what other people are walking through, or people that you didn't think you would even connect with, but God is positioned for you to get to know. And so it's just kind of exciting to think about, like, Lord, why do you have me here? How can I not only just serve, but how can I like connect if I'm called to this community? How would you, Jenna, I also have heard this, experienced this, seen this. What would you say? Well, I like my worship team. I want to get involved, but it's really cliquey. How, as a leader, do you think you would try and encourage like a culture of like openness, welcomeness? Like,
yeah, that's a really hard one.
And it's easy. It happens tough, because, you know, you do have like a shared a thing with being musicians, but like it can turn in on accident to like, well, we're the team A, or we're the cool kids club, or like it just can feel more cliquey. So like, what would you encourage?
I would, again, I think that building relationships with people one-on-one, I think is important. And even having your leadership really discipling is going to be a huge part of that. I think discipling people to be welcoming, to help them, encourage them to see other people as part of the team. Encourage them to, if you are a leader and you're training up people behind you, or you're, you know, under you, you have people under you that are, you know, in leadership, I would say you're pouring that into them, and that hopefully that what you're sowing into them would be, you would reap later, you know, that's the kind of culture you're going to create. Because you as a leader, especially if you're a worship pastor, and a pastor, if you're leading a church, like multiple leaders, multiple pastors, whatever, I mean, you're creating the culture from the top down. Ultimately, that's what's happening. Or people are going to not like the culture and leave. So you are responsible, I think, as a leader for creating that culture and pouring into people and helping them to see the value in that.
Yeah, I think you're so right about it is from the top down. And obviously it's a nuanced thing, because you're going to have more, like, some people connect easily than others, more easily than others. True. And that's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
Totally okay. I think and this is where I think discernment has to come in from you as the worship pastor. There's a different energy that you have to look for of like something being exclusive. And I think I'm more talking about, let's talk about it in the sense where people might be wondering, what do you mean? Like exclusive from like a congregation to worship team? That can happen too. But even in your team, especially if you have maybe a larger, any size team, it can happen, honestly.
Yeah, it's true.
So I think, you know, you have to like sense what energy is going on and then continue to like infuse your culture, whether it's in your rhetoric or it's in your time as a team. Maybe, you know, having a time of prayer, or a time of like, you know, doing like sharing a word at like a dinner, or whatever way you want to get your team together before service, doing your pre-service prayer, like infusing, hey, like, we're here to serve. We are here to like, I want to encourage you guys, always be connecting with like other volunteers in the room, always be being aware, like creating a space where worship leaders and musicians aren't so in our own bubble, and we're not so obsessed with like each other, but like we're gelled, but we're aware.
I just had an interesting thought, like literally as you were talking, I was thinking about this, but so often when I've been in churches and we've led worship together as a team, it's just that team typically that prays together like before service, like the people who are leading that morning, that's who's in that circle, right? I was like, what if you brought everybody on the entire, like by their own like desire only, like, hey, you guys are always welcome, even if you're not serving on a Sunday morning.
That's cool.
You're part of the team. You're always welcome to join in pre-service prayer, or you're always welcome to be part of what we're doing. Like, you're not going to come on stage during the worship time and just hang out up there, but they are welcome to be part of the pre-service prayer, because it's not like just this one team, because multiple, like you said, I think
a lot of churches,
you have a big church, right?
You have multiple,
maybe multiple teams, right? You might have
multiple worship leaders, hopefully.
Exactly. Yeah. If you have two worship leaders, let's say you have 4 worship leaders and you tend to pair them up a certain way, like, or you have different bands, like 2 sets of bands, like 2 different bands you tend to put together.
2 drummers.
Exactly. So you may put that team together a lot consistently. Those same people may be together a lot. I think that's great that you can do that because you do know that team is going to be tight. You know, they're going to trust each other because they've spent time playing together.
Right.
Now it's good, obviously. Important to do that. But it's also obviously important to have them intermingling with other people on the team. So you're not just creating, I think like you mentioned,
silos.
Right. Like team A, team B, you know what I mean? Like, oh, they're this team or they're that team. I think you mentioned having an experience like that where share a little bit about that. Cause I'm just thinking out loud.
It's hard. I don't have a perfect solution.
No. Yeah.
Cause it's that you mentioned earlier, you said, you know, you want to build like any band anywhere will tell you, you play better music when you know each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and that's what we're talking about. Yeah. We have the dinners, have the prayer nights,
a special night where you all worship together,
have a worship night together.
Right. Yeah.
And then on the flip side of that, you know, if you have, be aware as worship pastors, be aware of what is happening in your team. So just be aware. Like, for instance, when I was a music director years and years ago, not years and years, but like several years ago, there was a group of musicians that I scheduled a lot together, and they were phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I started noticing a sort of feeling of like exclusivity a little bit. I sensed that when other musicians were trying to maybe play with that group or it was hard to intermingle. It was starting to get, it was just feeling a little bit like cool kids. That's all I knew how to say.
Yeah.
I really loved how close everybody was.
Right.
And I, being the music director, I got the privilege of being close with everybody. Like it didn't really affect me because I got to interact with everyone the same.
Yeah.
But I just started, and my executive pastor came to me, was just really wise and was like, hey, I just am noticing that dynamic. What do you think? He's like, just maybe take a break from just scheduling that exact group together and see how they do playing with, like, introduce a few new people and switch out a little. Yeah. And I think that subtle difference of like not ever like giving them all the chance to serve together, but just switching it up a little bit more really helped to reinforce like, so I'm talking to churches right now. You guys maybe have a pretty booming worship team. You guys are, you know, really in a flow with music. You've got a good system. Just be aware because when you're in a thriving season too, or surviving, but like you can accidentally, no matter what season you're in, slip into these patterns of clickiness, and it's really starts to like break down. Yeah. And it can really start to be lonely for people.
Yeah. And it isolates other people, even new people who may want to join the team. They may feel really intimidated trying to join that team because they don't feel like they're going to fit or they're going to be accepted because everybody's so close.
In their
they
little
seem like they're
already.
In their little bubble. Yeah. They don't feel like they're going to be welcomed in the same
like,
way.
Why am I here?
Yeah. Yeah. That's not cool. Don't, you know, make sure, like you said, you have to be really aware and conscious of how your teams are doing and how your people are doing.
And how you're positioning them.
Yeah. And as a worship, just for someone serving on a worship team, like, are you being the welcoming person? Are you reaching out, taking initiative, say, hey, I'm so glad you're singing background vocals today. How are you feeling about that? You've never been up here before. Like, you're newer to the church maybe, or they're a new person on your team. Make sure you're the person that's reaching out to that person and saying, hey, come on in. You know, we're so excited to have you here with us, because they're probably already going to be a little uncomfortable. They're probably going to feel like a fish out of water for a minute.
It's nerve-wracking. Yeah. I mean, when I started serving at my parents' church, I was so thankful when anybody would talk to me. And, you know, here I am, I'm leading songs right away. And, you know, people might have the perception like, oh, she feels she's done this so many times.
Right. So she'll be fine.
She probably feels totally comfortable. But I wasn't treated like that. They really, like, people were like, how are you? Do you need me? Like, can I? And it really meant a lot that people just wanted to get to know me. And I really, it really touched me. And so, yeah, Jenna, that's really good. Like, if you're a volunteer, you are still, everybody's a leader.
Yeah,
like,
everybody.
It's such a good opportunity to, like, you could literally change in the best way someone's church serving experience by simply being available. Yeah. And you might perceive someone as being super confident. Anybody new to something is going to feel new to something and new to a space.
I can tell you from experience, it's weird. I've been a worship leader for, I don't know, at the point that I was coming into a new church a few years ago. I had never been on stage there. I had only been there a few months, but I was getting to serve, and I had so much experience. I've led worship for people I didn't know, I've led worship in retreats and I don't even know these people. Yeah. Like I don't know any of the people I'm leading, but or playing with sometimes,
You've been in all the situations.
I've been in all the situations. And so even like someone who's had a lot of experience being in that situation, I still felt I was a little uncomfortable. I felt like, oh, I forgot how to do this for a minute,
Wow.
And I eventually kind of warmed up to it. And I got my feet back in, the stirrups or whatever for like the bike. You're like, it's like it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
You get right back on.
That
muscle memory. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got back on the bike.
Yeah.
But it was a little rocky at first, just me feeling awkward up there. Yeah. It had been so long since I had been doing that. And I mean, so long, I don't know, like 8 months. I don't know. Yeah. but to me, it felt like forever. Yeah.
You still were nervous.
I was
still needed the kindness of other people.
Absolutely. And I'm grateful that I got it. I'm grateful the team I was on was so kind and so welcoming. They were really pretty great.
Yeah. So like don't ever downplay the culture of hospitality because when let's say you're volunteering, hey, welcome. Like if you're a volunteer to another volunteer, you're still gonna you can still be a leader in influencing because it's the community of people that make up the whole. So it's like the worship pastor is maybe can set a tone, but it's if your leaders and and the volunteers, everybody doesn't catch wind of it, it's not gonna mean anything. Yeah. Like it's great that the worship pastor is nice or welcoming, but if the team isn't, the team isn't.
I will say too, one of the great things about that was I was coming in, I hadn't been on stage yet, but I was meeting a few people and I was really new to the church, and the worship pastor invited me to a worship community night that they had dinner together. They kind of talked, and he was also new to the church as well. So he was kind of trying to get his feet in, I don't know, like acclimated. Yeah. And he was also trying to present, hey, here's who I am. Here's what I'm about. Like, here's what I love. And I'm sort of introducing himself in a way. So it was interesting to be part of that as well. But as a new, watching him be a new worship pastor coming in. But I got to be part of this team night, as they called it, I think, worship and production night or something like that. But there was dinner, and then he shared some things, and then we sat around and talked. Like, we talked in little groups, and I met several of the women. I met some of the wives of the guys who played on the team. Like, it was just really sweet. It was really sweet to be part of that almost immediately. And so I already felt, oh my gosh, having people there, spouses, that was really sweet. So I met even friends. I'm not at that church anymore, but friends to this day from that night that I met, and so it's really sweet to be part of. So if you're new, if you are going into a worship team and you're a newbie, go to all the things, go to the thing. I know it's a lot to, like you said earlier, Caitlin, to add another night, but it's worth opening yourself up to people in that way, because I've made some sweet, sweet friendships, even just from that moment,
that you still have.
That I still have.
I'm
so grateful for.
Serving.
Yeah. Shout out to all you guys.
I love that. That's so powerful.
It's really cool. Yeah.
That's and that's the point of church. That's the point of walking with Jesus, is relationship. Yeah. And so in any avenue where we use our gifts in the church, whether you're serving coffee, you're setting the table, whether you're prepping your bass and you're replacing your strings, you're setting the table,
right.
Whether you're showing up to sing background vocals, you're setting the table. So just know, your kindness is going to make an impact. Yeah. And worship leaders, I would encourage you to, before we're going to try and keep this one a little bit shorter tonight, but one thing that keeps coming to my mind of how do you set this culture? How do you set the tone? I think a lot of us probably at this point have rotating worship leaders who help pick the song sets and then who lead your bands on Sunday morning. So at my old church, it was really beautiful and so helpful. So some nights I would have once a month team nights with the whole team. And it was really cool times of community. And then there was a few, maybe 6-7 times a year, where I would try and get together with just my worship leaders, because
good. Yeah.
Then I could share. They were kind of like the ones that I was accountable to, who I let in all my ideas and vision. And I wanted them to speak into it. I helped them, like, they really helped me lead. And I would share like my vision for things and have really, really honest conversations. And I feel like, the more worship pastors can empower their leaders and just continue to infuse what culture you want. Empower your worship leaders to be people of openness, invitation, including, keep having eyes to see others. Like,
so good. Yeah.
Have that be a non-negotiable. It's a non-negotiable. It's honestly, it's unacceptable to be cliquey. That's my opinion.
It's not okay.
It's unacceptable.
It's not okay.
Like, stop.
You hear us. Don't do it.
Podcast over.
I'm getting salty. We won't drop the mics.
10 p.m.
We won't drop these mics specifically, but imaginary drop of the microphone.
Yes, it's
right
just
here.
It's just not okay.
Well, it's not kind.
Yeah.
You're isolating people. Well, you're isolating yourselves. You're isolating yourselves from others, and then you're also excluding people essentially when you're cliquey, and it's hard. I get that it's hard not to be,
you're gonna like more people than other people. That's normal. That's okay. Like, that's not wrong.
No,
but when I have that stuff too.
Yeah. But when you're intentionally kind of trying to isolate because you like the way your vibe is, or you like the way it feels and you're comfortable with those people. It's okay to be comfortable. You want to be comfortable with those people, but not to the point of excluding other people.
Exactly. And I think we all as adults can know that line in our hearts.
Yeah.
Where you start picking being comfortable over
reaching out.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And when you're in a place of leadership, you know when that rubber meets the road of like, okay, I could be talking to that person that looks like they could use a friend and I'm not, and I know that. And so I think that's just something the Lord gives you inside of you, where you know that energy within yourself and start to become aware of it. It's not like we all, I gravitate towards people I'm comfortable with. I want to stay in my bubble, of course. Like,
it's easier.
It's way easier. It's more comfortable. Like, you're gonna have your safe people. Have your safe people. You're allowed to want to serve with certain musicians. We're all gonna have that. You're gonna gel with people better than others.
Yeah.
We're talking about a very specific energy that we all know, we've all experienced, we've all felt.
Yeah.
Probably directed that towards us. We've all been left out.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, create opportunities, I would say. If you are a worship leader, worship pastor, and, create opportunities for your team to get together, to really, and mix them up, like, let's say you've got lots of musicians, or even if you only have a few. I was at a church once where I only had a very, very small team. Yeah. And we're talking like 5 to 10, if that.
Yeah.
It was really more like 4 or 5. Yeah. And so I still did a night, like a team night. I still had a team night where I brought people, and there were people that maybe wanted to join the team. Yeah. So I brought those people in. We had a little kind of time of devotion, kind of vision casting, what we're trying to do, where we're trying to go. My heart for worship, I just shared a little bit of my heart. And then we ended up actually playing songs together and bringing people up to like kind of newer musicians that maybe wanted to play and join. We brought them up to play some songs together. So it was really sweet. And then I was at another church where we did the same thing. We had a lot bigger team, but similarly shared some thoughts on worship. The worship pastor and I both got up. I was kind of co-pastoring it essentially. And so we got up and talked about that. And then we worshiped together as a team. I think that's also another thing that where you're off. You're not leading worship for Sunday morning. It's not the same. You're literally in a room with a guitar and you are just in it together. Lost in the sauce, like just stay in the presence together. I think that's really helpful because things happen in the rooms like that. Things happen in moments like that, that are just really sweet and special and that really bond you as a team. Yeah, I would say.
Absolutely.
So those are my encouragements to create healthy community. And we may end up doing another episode about healthy community and how to navigate when people talk about you. Where you Caitlin, share a little bit about your you mentioned it earlier.
I guess it's more coming from a place of you're the worship leader and you're tempted to always manage people's perception of you.
Yeah.
And you want to do that and kind of how to navigate. And this is going to be like open-ended. Like I don't claim to have a solution.
Right. Yeah. We've got the answer for you. Stay tuned.
But like we've all been on teams where you're talking about the leader And we've all been, like, most of us probably listening have been a leader of some sort.
Yeah.
And probably had people talk about us because when you're a leader, that's what's going to happen.
People do it. Yeah.
So I think that'll be really interesting. And again, like, this is something where if you listen to this next episode we're going to do, send us your thoughts. Send us tips.
Like, love to hear.
Yeah. Like, if you have tips of, like, how your team, you guys cultivated community, or you feel like, wow, we've really achieved a culture of, like, openness and a welcoming, hospitable spirit. Like, let us in on it, guys. We're all doing this together,
and share what worked for you and what didn't, even what didn't. Share all the things we want to hear.
All very valuable to us too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, very much.
Yeah.
Yay. Well, episode 1 of season 2. Thanks for listening, you guys. We're so excited to be back again. We've loved our time tonight, and we're so thankful you're still listening, and we hope that you have a great week, and we'll see you again next Thursday for episode 2 of season 2.
Okay.
Love y'all.
Love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.